Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith of Smith in the Black with the Strat Time Report, and we got a little ripper going on here, so let's take a look at the SPY. And one of the things that we know is when you have that higher high, lower low, and then you come ripping back through that broadening formation. Still an inside week as of right now, but we got a little bit left today, and pretty much everything's ripping. So we can see if we can get up in here, and you can see it on the 60 minute. Let's take this out. Here it is, the higher highs, the lower lows, and then it does it again in the middle here. This is what we call try them out. Higher high, lower low, then goes up there. Then the question was going to come ripping back through this, or trying to expand up into the greater one. I can redraw that off of here, like so. So you can see that up there around 410 and change. Right now, pretty much everything's ripping, but it is still inside week. We're also coming into the end of the month, and so one of the things we're going to be looking at is how do we get outside of this month's range now that we go back to the middle of it, right? So the question is whether it was exhaustive to the downside and then back into this 3-month range, or just a little back and fill and repuke. So for right now, a lot of things going to the upside, pretty much everything, and I'll get to the scanner in a second. If you go to the NASDAQ QQQ, here was the original try, but then you can go off of this once you had your lower lows, you see. There's your higher high. There's your lower low. Now coming back through, and so you can see it like here on the daily, right? So it gets out of this range, or at least it's trying to. Still an inside week, but once again, this monthly is going to be the issue coming into June, and how we're going to get outside of that. If we go to the diamonds, and Dow Jones Diamond still inside week, still looking to make a higher high out of this stuff and having a nice little morning like everybody else, but we'll see once again that monthly issue. So pretty much everybody going to the upside. So one of the things I talk about is running the scans. And when you run the scan here, I want to show you something. Run the scan here of everything that's taking out yesterday's highs. Now look at how robust this is. AMD, Nvidia, AMX, Snappy, Apple, Macy's, Bank of America, CCL, Ford, Teslas, American Airlines. And you can see how long this list is. Twitter, Cisco, Oxy, United Airlines. That tells me airlines. We'll get to that in a second. Chevron Energy's going again. You can see it all, just how heavily the numbers are compared to watch this. Whoop. Things taking out yesterday's lows. Almost nobody. It's almost nobody. NTNX on a cheese ketchup. Merck. So you can see it's almost nobody. Johnny John, maybe a little healthcare in there, but comparatively, it's almost nobody. So we go when they're, like I said, pretty much everybody. We had SMH here. SMH. Let me move this down here. And SMH got going here, and you can see that was a 2-2 reversal yesterday. Inside 2 down, 2 up, and then finishing the rev straight up on here. Here's your lower lows and higher highs in there. Still an inside week, but a nice start to the day. So once again, monthly, how are we going to get out of there? And that was Nvidia at first tried to drop, but didn't take out yesterday's lows and went 2 up, right? And so you can see here, get your higher highs. Still an inside week like a lot of things, and now these new 60s will be interesting because once we do back off a little bit, I mean, this market's been pretty straight up today. Once we start to back off like this, we will start to see a little more weakness on that, taking out yesterday's low list. But right now, you're going to have a tough time turning a lot of these days red, right? So probably wait for them to try the out and then re-rip. So over there in SMH land, LRCX, here on the 3-2 day, it looks like still an inside week though, so we'll be aware of that. AMD, right down the line, all your buddies. NXPI. Here, I have a nice little 60 upper for you, and that is not an inside week. And you see that goes 2 down, 2 up reversal month, just running out a month. So you prefer that signal like that to signal earlier in the month, so you have all month to go after it. But we trade what we got. If we go to AFRM, once again, Triangle that with the lower low. Stop them out. 212 daily reversal. Inside day back to the upside. Looking to take these guys out and make your higher high over 27.50. Got to 27.34, so we got a little more room on that. We'll see if we can get that going. And once again, setting up the month. Inside month, then down. Potential RevStrat month to the upside. So we'll keep an eye on that. If we go to Apple. And Apple, looking like an inside week. Just had a nice outside day here with the rest of the gang, starting to muscle them out here after stop them out down here and up in here. So your broadening formation and Apple going to look like this. A higher high and then a slight lower low this morning to get that outside day. Stop them all out. Okay, now you run. So we'll see how it gets out of that. If we go to net. And net, okay, now we got our outside 60s. Stop them out here a little bit. Oop, that's an E. Net, inside day to the upside. I don't know if it took out the lows or not. Nope, inside day 212 reversal day, right? That sets up potential RevStrat week. The inside week and then back up. Little tight range because it still has that inside month to the downside, just running out a month. We'll see if that sets up again. If we go to SQ. And SQ, also that inside day to the upside back into the old broadening formation, setting up the RevStrat week. 1, 2 down, and back up. We'll see. And then we'd have to see if it would be strong enough to RevStrat the month. Inside month to the downside. You got some distance on that, but we'll see come the new month. If we go to Teslers. And Teslers setting up a 2-2 reversal week to start off a new month, coming back through previous range. We always like to see that. Like a lot of things, just 3 hours of straight blast in here, so we'll see what comes of that. If we go to Fang Energy. Fang Energy, the inside week to the upside, now trying to go blasting into the highs, and we got a lot of energy, and we know that XLE. Boom, nice 212 year still going into the highs. That's what we like to see come Memorial Day. The rally started on the first day of the year and is still going as well it should. EOG here also went inside week to the upside, just kind of stalling on the day as they're going after a bunch of other things. If we go to Oxy, also on that list, 212 reversal a year, and here she comes. So we'll see what more comes of those guys. Also in the airlines, which I don't talk about a lot, but I do talk about simultaneous breaks. And what that means is, if you look at all the airlines, almost all of them are a 212 reversal day, right? That means they're buying all the airlines. That's good for those guys. United, American, here, 212 reversal, Delta, and 212 reversal Delta, and that gives you the outside weaker. Just a chop on the month there, but for today you can see it made that lower low and now that higher high. We'll see if they continue on those guys. Market staying somewhat firm here near the highs, as well it should, because you're not going to turn around many of these days to the downside. We also had Zscaler. And Zscaler also the 212 reversal day. Still an inside week and running out of week, but we'll see, because that was inside month to the downside. How you going to change that month is going to be the tough one for this coming into June. If we go to RRC, and RRC having a nice day here, and I believe that's inside week to the upside, real nice. That's real nice, real strong. And here you get that micro, try the out on the 60 right here on the close. 2 down, 2 up, and boom, off it goes. If we go to GameStonk, in GameStonk, now you got mother bar issues. Had a nice opening morning, and the thing about it is, once again, setting up the month. Inside month, 2 down, closer to being a RevStrat month to the upside if they can get these memers going come June. If we go to Baidu, okay, And Baidu, the inside day, it did gap though, which makes it a little tougher. But once again, setting up that RevStrat month, you're closer to a 2 up on the month. So China was running early. We'll see if there's anything more of that. How's JD doing? There's an inside day to the upside. Baba. And Baba gets. Baba, also potential RevStrat month. Inside month, pokes down, and closer to taking out this month's highs coming into June. If we go to Overstock. And Overstock. Now you got an outside weaker, and once you start coming through here, that's what you look for. When you're coming back through a previous range on the daily, really nice. After yesterday's RevStrat 1, 2, 2, back to the upside. Okay. We also got Costco going to the highs here, a lot of retail. And Costco, handily still an inside week. You're going to have a tough time turning that month around, though. But you can see this. Anytime you get that lower low and then you start racing back through the range, you're looking to take this out, the higher high, to give you the broadening formation. Because if these days were one bar, they'd be an outside bar of these two, you see? That's what you want to, how you want to be able to read data as opposed to read a chart. If we go to ZM, and ZM, inside week to the upside, not everybody can say that, and setting up the RevStrat month if it's finally going to try and put in a bottom here come into June. If we go to Boeing, and Boeing, inside day to the upside, still inside week it looks like, still having trouble on the month, and remember, if it starts to fail again, we're still looking to see if we can take this out to get that broadening formation, the higher high, and the lower low would still be below this, 113.89, but we'll see. Right now, things looking strong. I'm going to be out tomorrow. JJ will be rocking the mic, though, and I'm going to go enjoy myself in the Great North Woods. So, hope everybody has a great rest of the week. It has an even better long weekend, no game on Monday. All right, that's going to do for today. I'm Mr. Black, Strat Time Report.